Well, good morning, everybody. Certainly hope you all are having a nice Saturday morning. It's 9:30 here. I always get an early start on Saturday. Shout out to everybody that's here listening live. I know we're gonna have a small audience, but that's the way I like it because I got laundry and gotta get a haircut. All this is going to be done today so that I can kick back tomorrow and watch the football. I was going to move my podcast to Sunday morning, but I decided to do it now. Big shout out to J Dub. I watched his podcast yesterday. Still listening to it. Fell asleep when I was watching it, listening to it. But yeah, I'm about 85% done. He did a real good job on his podcast. Make sure you all are sub to J Dub and watch. Also, I left a link in the description there. So, the link there for King Thrash's new channel. If you don't know, his channel got flagged by nobody who knows. Bunch of bitch-made clowns flagged King Thrash's channel, and it got taken down. He's got a new one up. and there's a link to the description. So make sure you guys sub to his new channel. Let's see here. That is a link to Thrash's new channel. So just make sure you go ahead and get that done for King Thrash. I mean, he had, we'll get him back. We'll get him where he was, and I'm definitely going to try to have him on. He still has the round table one, but I think his King Thrash gaming channel, I think that got taken down. So, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely have him on. I'm gonna try to have him, J Dub, and Sick Humor on. At some point here soon. We always do our, we always do our Black History Month Black Men podcast. So we've done it the last year or two. Also working to get Hip Hop Gamer back on. I really want to ask Hip Hop Gamer about the remaster engine that he had on his channel. Is there a timeline on that? Is that just something that's in deep dev? Or is that something that we can actually expect here in the next 14 to 18 months. So want to get the podcast started. Had some other topics to go over because I'm looking at the numbers going forward. I don't argue with people anymore. I'm beyond that. I declared in 2025, I'm not going to argue with stupid effing people. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to play some. I mean, the big story is what Phil Spencer said yesterday, how Microsoft has gone third party, which is exactly what me and King Thrash had been saying for months. I know we've been saying it for years. We got called a bunch of ponies. We got called a bunch of fanboys. And it's like, no, I was actually told by two people that work at Microsoft that Microsoft was on like a 48 to 60 month time limit. And in that time limit, they were expected to start turning a profit. So they were very aggressive with Game Pass. They were very aggressive with with Game Pass. They were aggressive with buying studios. It didn't work. They did not get the wide adoption of their product that they wanted. And they did everything they could. They added more stuff. They added Dolby Atmos. They added Dolby. They added Atmos. They added Dolby Vision. They did everything they could. They had a very nice backwards compatibility aspect to their devices. Again, I played on the Xbox Series X. I thought the backwards compatibility did blow Sony's away, but I had to make a decision as a consumer. Did I buy an Xbox to go backwards? And I didn't. I want to go forward. I want to talk about the here, now, and the future. I don't want to live in the past. As much as I like playing those old games from Knights of the Old Republic to the original Halo, Gears of War, I still are fond of those games, but that's not where I'm at anymore. And so we're going to go ahead, and I've got a poll up, pause, which is a very simple question. Do you like Xbox's new direction of going multiplayer? Because this what I'm about to play here, I think it comes from Shinobi. Phil Spencer was talking to Paris Lily. I think that's his name. I can't think of the other person's name. This is a very straightforward conversation on what Xbox's future is, and it's exactly what I told you it was going to be. So let's make sure you give me my flowers. That's it. That's it. Matter of fact, if somebody wants to donate, we're going to have a dono war of one super chat of $2 or higher. And it's called, the goal is for, how am I going to celebrate? I am going to celebrate by, probably playing a game later on. I'll probably play DCS. Come fly with me on DCS. Do something like that. All right. So without further ado, let me see if I can get this lined out so I can play this for you. So I can turn my mic off here. So hold on. Let me get all my settings set up here. So let's do desktop audio. All right, here we go.
Thing that I've learned and continue to learn when I'm listening to creators, not only our own studios but other teams building games, is every creator out there wants to build a game that can find as many players as they want. And frankly, there aren't many platforms out there that try to build connections to people on so many different screens. It's almost like single platform, single device, single game. And that's kind of the history of our business. And we're really taking an approach of we want people to be able to play Xbox on many different screens. Now, not every experience will be the same. We obviously love the native experience we have on our own platform and our own hardware. And that's something that will continue for us. But like, we're not going to put walls up around where people can engage with the great games our studios are building, or where they can experience Xbox through different forms, whether it's cloud, whether it's on PC, whether it's on handheld PCs, whether it's on phones. I want everybody to be able to play on Xbox. And it does mean more of our games shipping on more platforms, not just PlayStation. We love the work that we do with Nintendo. We love what we do with Valve on Steam. And that's going to continue. We'll just continue to do more of it, because what we learn is put the games first. Make sure the games can be as great as they can. We love the experience on our own hardware, our own platform, but our games will show up in more and more places, no doubt.
There is concern in the community about, well, you're putting all these games on these other platforms. Why would I still want an Xbox? What is going to be the reason for me to want Xbox hardware when I can get that experience on another platform?
Yeah, I want people to pick hardware based on the capabilities of that hardware and how that fits into the choices they want to make about where they want to play. And we want our hardware to win based on the hardware capabilities that we have. I think the difference that we've seen in the last 20 years, and I think this is good because I come from building games, it's really game first, not platform first. Most of the games you and I will talk about run across so many different platforms. And those are the games that are having success. Those are the games that are at the top of the charts when you look at the most played, most successful games. And I want to build a platform that services those creators that are trying to meet people on every screen. But let's say, like, our own hardware, I think it's fundamental to what Xbox is. It's not lost on me. I've said over and over that box is in the name of our brand. I'll say, is in the position I'm in, I look at hardware as a critical part of what we do, but not trying to gatekeep the games off of other places for the benefit of it. Let's go build innovative hardware that people want to use to play, whether that's in their hands, whether it's on their television, or even other places. And I love our hardware team, and spent some time with them just this week and the roadmap that they have. And I think we're learning a lot from this, like Steam Deck, and what does it mean for our games to be there? ROG Ally, what does it mean? Lenovo, what does Xbox mean on those platforms? I don't think we've tuned it perfectly yet, and it's spent a lot of time with the teams on that. But I want to make progress there. LG and the work we're doing with cloud, all of that helps us evolve our platform software. So we really embrace allowing someone to be a member of Xbox on whatever screen they want to play on.
There you go. That's the end of your console war. You have to remember that Microsoft considers every screen an Xbox. And that's the way when Phil Spencer talks, that's what he was saying to you. He's not just talking about hardware from Xbox. He's talking about everything. He's talking about wherever you are playing is an Xbox. I'm telling you, going forward, he is going to declare that anybody who is playing an Xbox game from Microsoft Publishing, I want to make this clear, Microsoft Publishing, that's why you kept seeing that pop up the other day during the Direct, which I thought the Direct was a good show. So I'm excited about some of those games coming. I mean, you got to look at the games that are coming to PlayStation and Nintendo. He mentioned it in this so that nobody can turn around and say, well, he didn't mean that. That's what's so important about what he says. You have to also remember, and I told you guys this, that Phil Spencer is no longer in charge. Amy the Hood is. What Amy wants, Amy's going to get. Amy the Hood has been charged, along with Tim Stewart, to getting Microsoft's fucking money back from spending whatever $78 billion to $82 billion on Bethesda and Activision. They're not going to be able to get that through Game Pass, even though Game Pass is going to increase. I, again, said a week ago, in order for Game Pass to make money, it needs to cost between $34 and $39, and it's going to go up again. So, and again, that's because it's got to make money. That's why people are like, well, why is it going to go up? Because they need to make money. And again, they don't want to make money. They just want to make 100% profit back. They want to make profit plus points, meaning that, yes, they want 100% of their investment back. But they want the 100% of the investment plus points, plus more. It's fine. And I kept saying to you guys, I don't have an issue with what Microsoft is doing. I've had an Xbox of every iteration in my home at some point. I've got Game Pass on PC. I've canceled it for now because I'm playing my flight sim game. But I will, when Indiana Jones and all that hits Game Pass, I will re-sign up for it on PC. I'll sign up for it on PC again. I can give my flight sim game another break for a month. Even though I've gotten you track IR and I'm finally figuring out how the hell to use it. So it is what it is. These are not. So when I see people saying, well, Phil Spencer lied, Phil Spencer did not lie. He is no longer in a position to do anything. This is no longer his vision. This is Satya's, this is Amy's, and this is Tim's vision. Phil is just the mouthpiece. I've said that before. It is Phil's voice, but it is Amy's words. Now, maybe you all understand that. And again, I said this years ago. Now, I was wrong. I can own up to the fact that I was wrong about the how. The how I said was they were going to have a version of Game Pass on PlayStation. That turned out not to be true. But what I was correct about was why they're doing it is to recuperate the money. Phil Spencer himself said, you know, if you're going to make a game, the developers want to put their games on all platforms. On all platforms, not just one or two, but all platforms. So I'm sick and tired of being right all the time. And shout out to King Thrash, because we both have been saying this. And, you know, so all I have seen ever since this announcement happened is a bunch of people in the Xbox community saying, well, we can play the games for free. It's like, no, you don't. You have to pay $20+ a month to play the games. So in 3 months, you pay $60. Then the guy turned around and said, well, because we have other games, it's like it's free. But that's like me saying that Disney Plus is free because I want to watch Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Well, that means Disney Plus is free because even though I'm watching Star Wars Skeleton Crew, I can watch all this other stuff. I can watch Inside Out. I can watch Disney animation. I can watch Pixar movies. I can watch MCU movies. I can watch other Star Wars movies. Therefore, it's free. No, in order for me to access getting to the other stuff, I got to pay for the access. In order for me to access, I have to pay for access. And to me, and I saw OBJ the Don say this, and shout out to OBJ the Don. He's like, you know, it's over when all you got people saying is that, well, you all have to turn around and pay for stuff. Like, that's not normal. Everybody's got to pay for stuff. In order for me to do this podcast, I had to pay for a microphone. I had to pay for the Now, the software to download was free, but I had to pay for the mic. In order for you to see me, I had to pay for the camera. I mean, again, you pay for everything, and these guys are like, well, you're supplementing Microsoft. Yeah, we've been doing that. We have been supplementing Microsoft. We've been supplementing Capcom. We've been supplementing Square Enix. We've been supplementing Take-Two. We've been supplementing Sega. We've been supplementing all of you guys. Sony has the biggest market in gaming, period. Sony, their sales are ahead. Let me see if I can put this up on the screen. See, I'm trying to find it because I'm on a roll. Let's see here. Let me go here. I just saw this article. Oh, here it is. So, and again, because I'm a numbers person, so for all you people and people try to tell you, well, the sales don't matter. Yes, they do. Sales apps, because sales are a measure of success in a capitalistic society. And there you go. PS5 sales are pacing ahead of PS4, while Xbox Series lags behind Xbox One. And Xbox One was terrible. We all know Xbox One didn't sell well at all. We know that, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand Xbox One. I'm not here to say it was a bad console. I'm here to tell you it didn't sell well. But remember, you were told that Sony was going in the wrong direction. Well, if that's true, then explain this. Explain it. If they're going in the wrong direction, why are they lagging? Why are they not lagging behind the PS4? If according to you all, they were going in the wrong direction. Again, I'm asking a question. I'm simply asking the question. I already knew they were going in the right direction. Now, this doesn't mean they didn't make mistakes. But again, when NASA went to the moon, they didn't just walk around. They didn't wake up and say, we're going to the moon. They said, all right, well, we have to figure out how to do, low Earth orbit. So here comes the Mercury program. Then we had to go out a little bit further. Here comes the Gemini program. Now we can actually plan moon missions. Here comes the Apollo program. And again, I want to know where the people are at that told you all that Sony was going in the wrong direction, because I'm looking at the outpacing of PS4, which isn't the PS4. They're one of the second best selling console that they've ever made. I think PS2 is number 1. So where are these guys at? Where are they? Again, the same guys that attacked Sony on last week, literally on Wednesday, were jerking Sony off on Thursday. I mean, that's what you all are dealing with out there, so that they can take your money, so that they can go ahead. Again, shitty ass content creators. I still don't know why you all listening, but you do. It is effed up what these guys are doing. It is effed up. So I want to know, because again, this is 2025. I am not going to argue with stupid effing people. I'm just going to bust your cheeks and take your butt. That's the way this is going to work going forward. You're going to get your cheeks busted. So I am a fair man. I give you to the end of the month to tell me why you said that they were going in the wrong direction, but they're ahead of PS4 sales. Again, record profits. So I want to know, and I'm a fair man. But on Friday, the 31st, or Saturday, February 1st, Black History Month, I'm going off. I am going off. I am going to have an open panel, and I'm going to invite these guys. I'm going to say, explain yourself. Explain yourself. I want to make sure I say this correct. I don't believe Phil Spencer lied. I believe Phil Spencer, I know Phil Spencer got sacked when Microsoft proper came in and took over Xbox. Amy Hood and Tim Stewart are in charge, and they want their money back. They want their money back. And Phil Spencer is now charged with getting the money back. Well, the best way for him to do that is to put multiple games on all platforms. And again, I'll be playing Flight Sim on my PlayStation when it comes out. I'm not going to not buy Flight Sim. I'm going to be playing South of Midnight when it comes out on my PlayStation. I will be playing the new Gears of War on I'm going to do all that. I will still do that. I will be playing Halo. The first 3 Halos and Halo, I liked Halo. I've liked all the Halos, but the first Halo is still my favorite. And then Halo Reach is right next to it. Halo Reach is one of the best games you can play. It's just a good. It don't have Master Chief in it. You just control an entire group of whatever they're called. So, the Dirk Griggities and the well, they've already admitted that they were wrong. So at least Dirk Griggity has admitted he was wrong. So I give him props. I'm talking about there are people in the PlayStation community that said the PlayStation was going in the wrong direction. I don't care what the. Yeah, I'm buying Assassin's Creed Shadows. That comes out next month, not in March, right? I'm always bald because I always go to the barber shop. That's why. Gears of War and Halo on play. It's not right now, but it's coming. Pause. It will be on PlayStation. That's this. They don't have a wide enough adaptive rate on their console. They have to do this. Have I played Halo Wars? No, I didn't like Halo. Well, I can't say I didn't like it. It's turn based, and I don't particularly care for that for a Halo game. But the original Halo was turn based. The hack of it being first party, that's not the original Halo build. That's a actual hack. Philness got sacked by that. Well, yeah, pretty much he did. When Phil Spencer talks to you guys now, it's not when he said there's only going to be 4 games. That's not up to him. That's not up to him. And he literally about 3 months after that, after they did that showcase, he literally said, what did he say then sitting on that couch? Our commitment to Xbox fans is that if you buy an Xbox or have our hardware, you'll be getting these games day one through Game Pass. Our commitment to all other gamers that you will be seeing more of our intellectual property show up on other platforms. He said that months ago. And then you got crap gamers saying that, oh, he lied. He didn't lie. Shit changes. It changes all the time. The PS gamers vote 85% in favor of Xbox putting it. Well, no, it's just they're going in a different direction. Do you like the direction that they're going? So I don't know why you're disappointed because, again, the PlayStation gamers want to play games. The PlayStation fanboys, they are out here again. They're out. I don't know what they're going to do because the console war is over. So, and I'm seeing a change in some of them, I should say. I'm seeing a change in some of them because they're doing more gameplay videos. You know, they're spending hours. But shout out to them. I don't have the capacity to sit for 3-4 hours to game. But they are playing games for hours now. So that's right. I want one donation. That's the whole goal today. One donation of $2. Who got the balls to donate $2 for a dono war? And it's effed up that these guys are calling Phil Spencer a liar when they are the problem. You all decided not to buy the property in a capitalistic society. These guys are running around saying, oh, well, you all got to pay for games. Yeah, we pay for everything. Like I said, I pay for my cable. I pay for my food. It's called capitalism. That's what made Grand Theft Auto. That's, again, who is filing these complaints is a bunch of millennials. Trash. That's why I like what Michael told Franklin in Grand Theft Auto 5. You should go to college and then you can learn how to rip people off and get paid for it. It's called capitalism. So Xbox, yeah, and then they had these people in the PlayStation community attacked Jim Ryan. You all don't think Jim Ryan didn't know about Project Latitude? I mean, he knew about it. So he wanted to get he wanted to make sure he got Call of Duty. And when he got Call of Duty for 10 years, he's done. There's no reason to stay around. So, it is what it is. A black Captain America. Well, they don't have to go watch it. I'm going to go watch it. I always go and watch Marvel movies opening weekend. I will be there Saturday at 3 o'clock. Yep, 3 o'clock. But no, you had people like Persona saying that Sony was going in the wrong direction. Jay Barry saying they're going in the wrong direction. And then explain the record profits. Explain how they're ahead of the PS. I mean, again, with new hardware. You got told that nobody wanted the new hardware. It sold very well. It's still selling well. It's still selling well. So explain it. Explain it. And you can say, well, that was your opinion, and that's right. You wanted to sit and say, well, you know what, it was my opinion, but obviously the numbers prove that they're doing fine. Doesn't mean that they don't make mistakes. Doesn't mean that, because they do. They're a corporation, they make mistakes. So it is effed up what's going on. Oh, there's a giant Enterprise truck outside. Now, overall, there's been a 25% dip in video game hardware spent. The Eagles versus Washington. Yeah, I think the Eagles. I hope the Eagles win. So I like watching that Saquon Barkley. Dude's it's like putting in a cheat code or something like that on a game. Invite Marlon's fake. No, look, I used to podcast with Marlon. It's been a few years. I did a couple podcasts with Marlon, and I want to say this, and I've said this before. If you're new here, the people doing this for a living, like Marlon, like MBG. They're a lot more hyperbolic than I am, because I just do this for fun. I do it for fun. I don't do it to try to make money. Those guys are actually doing it to keep their lights on. So they're going to overreact. And Marlon has said publicly, the reason why he acts the way he does is so that, you know how people clip videos and they do reaction videos? It's so that he gets clipped in an algorithm so that drives more traffic to his channel. It's called playing the YouTube game. That's what it's called. It's called playing the YouTube game. And again, Marlon has also said Sony not talking makes his job harder. That's personally what I want. I don't want Sony to say anything. People are talking about Wolverine, where you're just gonna have to wait. You know it's coming out. How come we haven't seen? Because as soon as you see the alpha, you're going to bitch and moan about the alpha not looking good. If you don't believe me, I can present to you the video of the deep dive that they did with Spider-Man 2. Well, it don't look good. Well, it's an alpha. It's not supposed to look good. You're just supposed to see the mechanics. How they were talking about the way the game looked, and some of that was talking about the mechanics of the game. The draw distances, the speed of the game. They were talking about all these quality of life improvements, and you all were wrapped up in the game don't look good. It don't look good. And the same dudes is bitching that it's coming to PC. Spider-Man is coming to PC in a few more hours, right? Like another 3 or 4 days. And the PC community is bitching like pussies because they don't know what it's going to take to run the game. And I can tell you right now, most of you guys in the PC community will not be able to play that game. You won't, because your consoles. Your PCs are 1080p, 60 PCs. Trash. Garbage. And we know that from Steam. We know it. You all swear by Steam and then say, oh, well, Steam got that wrong. Bullshit, they got that wrong. Your PC is trash. It is trash. It just is. Shouldn't the poll say multi-plat, not multiplayer? Oh yeah, if it says multi-plat player, that's wrong. That's wrong. That should say multi-plat. So my bad. That is a Freudian slip. You are correct about that. Chris Cobra Elite says he unsubscribed from BitCloud last week. Well, again, like I said, to me, BitCloud's on some gaydar shit. I said that to him on Twitter. And he wanted to have a conversation. I've been more than happy to have a conversation with Big Cloud, but he didn't want that. So he went on his bullshit things, and I called him out on it. And I blocked him. He blocked me. I ain't gonna talk bad on him. I'm not. If you want to listen to him, listen to him. But I think he's on bullshit. That is me. Now, there were other people who told me that he was on bullshit, but I was like, nah, he ain't on that bullshit. He's on that bullshit. So, you're curious to see how well the 5080 sells. I think that will sell actually fairly well. I think that'll sell actually well. Because it's still a little bit better than the 4090. But I don't know if 30%, what they're saying the 5090 is it the 5080 or 5090? It's like 30% better. I don't know how people measure, what is that big enough pause? Is that a big enough jump in what it can do? I would think I would have to get close to 70% for me to make a move. So it is what it is. So again, I want somebody to explain to me in the PlayStation community that said the PlayStation was going in the wrong direction. Explain that. Explain why their sales are outpacing the PS4. And the PS4 sold what, 112 million, which means that the PS5 will probably sell about 114, 115 million. So it's still got a ways to go. I mean, it's still got over what 50 million to sell. So he was telling you hate that he was telling the truth. I don't know if he was telling the truth. So I don't know. So I haven't listened to him in over 6 to 10 weeks now. So yeah, the console war is over. So what are the guys going to do that you're listening to that they built their channel on console war? What are they going to do? And like I said, the change I have seen is 13%. Now, is that a big jump from the 4080? 13%? Is that the average? So sometimes it may be a little more, then sometimes it's going to be a little less. So is that a big enough jump? I guess that's my question. See, I don't know if that's a big enough jump. I had a PS1 and PS2. I did not have a PS3. So the bottleneck of the 58er is the memory. Oh man. Well, then people will just keep their 4080s and 49. It sounds like the people that have the 4080s and 4090s don't sound like they're going to move. That's what it sounds like. I mean, from what people are saying, that I can gather, they're not going to move to the 5080 or 5090. Because they're saying it's just not a big enough jump. Now, if you're in the 3000 series, then you might be looking at a bigger jump. Just like if you're an AMD and you got that 9000 series coming out, that looks like it's a pretty significant jump. Yeah, Doom Dark Ages is coming. Indiana Jones is coming. Outer Worlds 2. All that is coming to PlayStation. So again, and I know Indiana Jones is going to be enhanced. And I think so is Doom. I don't know about Outer Worlds. I don't know. So, and all of that's coming. The Starfield is coming. Phil Spencer literally said he is not going to put a gate around nothing. There ain't no more red lines, whatever you want to call it. So it's done. Now you got idiots out there talking about well, if Microsoft makes a console, then it's still a console war. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't got shit to talk about. Shout out for the end of the Dono war. He comes in clutch. Gifted Gamer came in clutch with the 199, and we appreciate it. Gifted Gamer is the official sponsor of the podcast, and that is the end of our Dono war. Shout out. That's it. We're done with it for today. We're good. Appreciate you. The $2 holla. Now I can go get me a 40 of OE. Indiana Jones is trash and didn't sell well. Disappointed in the sales. It underperformed, but that's why it's coming to PlayStation. So we'll gobble that up. At least I'm gonna buy it. I can't speak for nobody but myself. I'm a buy the Indiana Jones game, but I'm a fan of Indiana Jones. I grew up with them, so of course I'm buying it. The 5070 would be a great upgrade from the 3060. But see, I just can't stop there. I would have to get a new CPU. That's what I always say to people. It says that what happens if Microsoft starts skipping Xbox? That will never happen. That'll never happen. You dig? That's not going to happen. They will always make things for Xbox. Xbox is going to Xbox. Did I see the new interview from Dustin confirm everything is coming? Well, again, Phil Spencer just confirmed this on the other podcast, but yeah, I saw that. I'm just glad that it's out in the open. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, this is real. Why are you all fighting? Like, you argue, you fight over everything, and like this is being taken from you. I said before that they were going to Sony was going to start taking people's butts. And they just took Microsoft's butt. And so if people want to turn around and again, like OBJ the Don said, the console war is over when you got people saying, well, you got to pay for stuff. I mean, when do we get to that point? Game Pass is the language of the poor. It just is. Hebrew is the language of the slaves. Game Pass is the gaming language of the poor. It just is. And I got it for my PC, so I can say that. I have Game Pass for my PC. So I have it. I don't use Steam. I don't use I use Game Pass. I use Epic. That's it. Epic I don't pay for. Game Pass is like $12 a month. So it's just effed up what these guys are on. They are. Chris Cobra says that Indiana Jones is good. I played it for about an hour just to make sure I would like it. And I got to that castle. Well, remember he's in that castle. This is the very beginning of the game. He's in that castle or something like that. And you're sneaking around. I thought that was a little much. Indiana Jones doesn't do stuff like that. But that was a little silly. But okay, fair enough. Like I said, it's people are like, it's not as good as Uncharted. I'm like, if it wasn't for Indiana Jones, there wouldn't be no Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake is a direct copy of Indiana Jones. From the beard, from the way the fighting style, it's the same. It's the same thing. So Microsoft owns Xbox and Game Pass. Yeah, I know. So it is what it is. But it's crazy at this point what we're seeing, and I'm glad that people are seeing it. I agree with what J-Dub said. J-Dub said that he didn't see this generation going like this, but I mean I understand why he says that. I disagree that this was always part of what was going to happen. It's like The Witcher. If you beat The Witcher, you finish it. You know, what he says, what Danny Line says, yeah, I know this sounds boring, but, you know, if you read through the text, he said, if you read through the text or if you read between the lines, this is the life that we all saw. And at the end, they were all living together and, you know, had families and things like that. Well, of course, Geralt of Rivia didn't have a family because witches are sterile. So King Thrash Gaming was right about Xbox. Yeah, my thoughts on MBG. I like MBG's content. I just, you know, I have to accept it because people are doing things to keep their lights on. They're just hyperbolic about it. I mean, they just are. They're hyperbolic about it. You know, MBG is one of those guys that is still upset that The Last of Us Factions or Fractions, whatever it's called, that game got canceled, and so he sees all these other games get canceled. Why don't you all just make The Last of Us? I mean, I think that they're the Last of Us TV show that's going to start in a few more months. That's going to be very good. I can tell you that right now. This is from the people that I know in Hollywood, because I do know some people in Hollywood that actually are working on that. It's very well written. So we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. You damn right. Sony took them cheeks 10 years ago. Dragon Age, Veilguard underperforming. Yeah, but again, I don't know if a game comes out and sells over 1 million. I don't know how that's underperforming, and not unless they thought they were. Because again, Dragon Age Inquisition came out a decade ago. That group of people, if you played Dragon Age when you were Dragon Age Inquisition, if you were 13 years old, you're 26 years old. You probably didn't. You're no longer playing it. They needed to do another Dragon Age game in 2018, but they did Mass Effect Andromeda. So, or whatever Mass Effect Andromeda came out. Now I can't remember because the game was so bad. But they literally didn't make a Dragon Age game for a decade, and now they wonder where their fan base is. Well, they're moved on. They have moved on. That's where they're at. Now, I went back to play Dragon Age because I actually am enjoying the game. So, but I like those type of stories. It's an EA game. I keep thinking it's a BioWare game. I keep on saying BioWare. EA does own BioWare. So, but it's I don't get why they don't. It's like the Mass Effect game. Mass Effect 3 was 2012. I think 2012. They did Mass Effect Andromeda. Maybe that was 2016 or 17. I can't remember. I think 17. And now they're going to go back to some of the original characters. So Liara will be in the next Mass Effect game. Possibly Erdnot Rex will be in the next Mass Effect game. Because they can all live to their 900 to 1200 years old. So we might see them. But all the rest of them are not. Now there's a theory saying that Shepard will come back but be cloned. So we'll just have to wait and see how it... I don't know. I mean, we're talking about something that Mass Effect 5 or Mass Effect 4, It won't be here till like 2028. It'll probably be a PS6 game. The MBG is an X-bot posing as a PS fan. Is he? Well, yeah, I listened to his content when he was an Xbox gamer. Again, it's this hyperbolic stuff that he and other people who are getting paid to do this are on. I don't particularly care for that. But I think his content, I like his content. Chris Colbert said that he heard he got his channel taken from people who flagged him. Yeah, it's probably something like that. I don't know all the details on what happened, but I left a link in the description. You all can make sure you sub to his new channel. So just make sure you sub to the new channel so you can support. So if the platform got games and Xbox ain't got no game, Xbox has games. They have games. Do not get caught into the pony fanboy bullshit that the Xbox, they have games. Okay, they got them. We saw some of them at the Direct, which everybody enjoyed the Direct. Okay, Foxy Games UK gave it a 10 out of 10. Even Extreme, shout out to Extreme. He's on 60 frames or less. He gave it a high score. It was a good gaming conference. As far as Xbox selling Xbox hardware, their main goal is to sell you Game Pass. So that's it. They have said it. Hey, look, you get these games day and date in Game Pass through the subscription service. Okay. All right. So what is it? Expedition 33. Is it Expedition 33 or 99 or whatever it is, 68? That game looks interesting. I don't know if I'll play it, but it looks interesting. So, Hackers, 1995. That had Angelina Jolie in it. That's one of her early movies. One of her early movies. So, but yeah. I got burnt. No, that's terrible what's going on out there in California with those fires, though. Direct was good. You bought Black 2. You want that? Yeah, and they were bragging about, oh, well, we can just play it on Game Pass. I got to pay for it. Well, again, so what? So what? I did my laundry today. I had to pay for my detergent. I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, that's how effed up these people are, man. I'm just telling you, man. They on some bullshit, like some straight up bullshit that these guys are on. So, like I said, the language of the poor. The language of the poor. Oh, it's called Expedition. Yeah, that's coming to PlayStation. Again, I'm not here to say that Microsoft didn't have a good show. I saw the show. I thought they had a really good show. However, it was for everybody. You can clearly see this is what Microsoft was doing. Phil Spencer has acknowledged this is what Microsoft was doing. This is what they're doing. People just need to get over it and move on. That's the way it's going to be going forward. So, and no, I'm not a Ninja Gaiden fan, but I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's got a fan base. It's got a pretty big fan base. So yeah, the same people that attacked Sony on Wednesday for canceling a Horizon game, or they attacked them on Tuesday. They started ginning them up on Wednesday over Phantom Blade Zero. I was like, wait a minute, you all just attacked them. Now you're talking about. I mean, think about how effed up that is. Like, oh, you're now you're praising them. So, yeah, Leo, Jimmy, you're correct. A reason why the games are coming to PlayStation is because you all thought it was a flex not to buy them. So look where that got you. Look where that got you. This is effed up. Chris Coberly says he's downloading the Mass Effect game. Well, make sure you download the Legendary Edition. Don't download the original ones. The original ones, I don't know if the originals. Do the original ones have the support of the controller? Because when I first downloaded the Mass Effect games, I had to do some kind of hack where the controller could actually work. So if they fix that, that's fine. But Mass Effect 1 plays differently in the Legendary Edition than it does on the original. It plays differently. So everybody bitched about Sony doing live service, and everybody's bitching because Sony is course corrected. Exactly, and they're still gonna do live service games. It's just that, as I said when they did it, I said, well, that's a little bit bullish to do that many games. However, maybe they know something that we don't know. Obviously, they got that wrong. But yeah, I mean, to me, when they bought Bungie, just let Bungie make those games. Like, here you go. Here you go. But yeah, live service, you have to constantly make stuff for, and that's going to take all your studio way too much time. So, PS GOAT, PS King. Yeah, I guess. I guess if that's the way you wanna put things. I don't get it anymore. Yeah, I mean the PlayStation community won, the PlayStation gamers won, and so I think I heard J Dub and I agree with him when he said the PlayStation community are poor winners, because again a lot of them built their entire podcast on console war, and now it's over with. So you're gonna see them have to make some changes. I heard people talking about they're gonna start cooking on their podcast, like cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. I mean, that's how bad it's getting out here, folks. That's how bad it's gonna get for you guys. So it is what it is. GTA 6 Ghost 2 coming, get ready. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for both of them. And GTA 6, like I said, is going to be the biggest intellectual property since Pac-Man. It's going to be that big. So I think it's going to be bigger than Pac-Man. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. So you're going to delete Mass Effect 1 and you had to, yeah, just download the Legendary Edition. Just do that. Download the Legendary Edition. So, and I don't know what your upload speeds are, but your download speeds are, I should say. But it may take a little bit to get that downloaded. But it is everything, they changed the way the game plays. So you can still have it classic as far as the way you allocate your points to your team. Or you can have it in Legendary. I kept mine classic. I kept mine on classic. So that's just me. You want live service for IPs that make sense. Twisted Metal would have. I think Twisted Metal, them canceling that game, I was disappointed in that because I thought like Twisted Metal, SOCOM, I thought those two were no brainers. Just make those two games to get yourself started and go from there. But that's not what they did. So it's what it is. So, but yeah, if you're gonna play Mass Effect, play the Legendary Edition version. Don't play the original version. It's not as good. It doesn't play as well. That's just the best way to put it. And any creator who plays games less than 10% of the year are frauds. Okay. All right. Well, if that's your measurement stick, that's fine. So, I mean, other people got lives. I mean, I don't have the time. I still have got to play Stellar Blade and God of War from, is it 2021, 2022? I've yet to play that. So, I like I said, I played the first 30 minutes of it, or maybe the first 45 minutes of it, but I was like, oh, well, if they're making a new console, I found out they're making another console. I'm like, oh, well, then I'll stop playing and I'll play it when the new console comes out. Kansas City versus Buffalo. I think the Chiefs win. I think Josh Allen has a hell of a game, though, but I think the Chiefs do enough to win the game. So, the Enemy of the State movie with Will Smith, I thought was just okay. I didn't think it was great. Oh, you'll play Indiana Jones while that's downloading. Well, it'll download faster, won't it, if you're not playing anything else? But yeah, go for it. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I heard that these games got really good reviews on the PlayStation 5 Pro. But right now I'm playing Dragon Age. I'm playing Dragon Age and college football, so I'm firmly enthralled in EA right now. So those are like my two big games I'm playing. And I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Playing that as well. You found God of War to be boring? Well, this one seems like it moves a little bit slower, a little more deliberate. So I haven't played it enough. God of War 2018 I thought was good. I mean when it won Game of the Year, I was like, oh okay. But yeah, I thought my Game of the Year with that in 2018 was what? Detroit Become Human. And I just got done finishing that about a month and a half ago. So because I had never finished it. I took the route where the robots rebelled. So like it was complete rebellion. The AI rebelled. So I'm trying to romance everyone. Oh yeah, in Dragon Age, I'm trying to romance the blue girl, the elf, the and the other and that woman, is it Nev? I was trying to romance all of them. I'm trying to take all those, Now, like I said, the dude, the magic dude, the older magic dude, I think he's got a little bit of sass in him. So I'm definitely trying to stay away from him. But the blue girl, I went over her house for her mom's house for dinner. So yeah. Rise of the Ronin. I'll probably get around to it at some point. So yeah. But yeah, I'll be finishing those games because that's what I do. That's what I be doing. So but yeah, I'm playing Dragon Age, even though it keeps saying things like this isn't open for you yet. This needs to open up later on in the game. So that's frustrating, but like, all right, that's fine. I'll have to get over it. So I'll have to get over it. So yeah, Kansas City and the Eagles and the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's who I have. That's what I think. So I think the home teams, and that's since I would just go with the home teams. But it wouldn't shock me if Buffalo won against Kansas City because they've already beaten Kansas City once. But yeah, I think overall, I just think Kansas City at home is going to be a little too much for Buffalo. A little bit too much. Jazz teasing MGS Solid 1 remake. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I Metal Gear Solid 1, which one is that? Because I know there's like 10 Metal Gear games. I know aren't we getting Snake Eater? That's coming out. Or is it Metal Gear 3? It's one of these Metal Gears that's coming out. So I'll be playing it. And I already beat Snake Eater. The Snake Eater, I think, is the last game I beat on my PS2 before I got rid of it. Because I remember I was living at home. I bought Snake Eater and I moved out. And about 3 months after I moved out, the last game I beat on my PlayStation was SOCOM. The first SOCOM game. Hold on, was it SOCOM 2? Was it SOCOM 2? Yeah, I beat SOCOM 2. That's the last game I beat. So, how is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Remake? I haven't played it yet. I'm not a fan of Ninja Gaiden at all. So, but again, it's okay. I'm not mad at people. I'm glad it's back because people are excited. So, but yeah, if you have an Xbox, you can get it on Game Pass. But if you have it on PlayStation, oh my God, you have to pay for it. It's the end of the world as we know it because you have to pay for stuff. So, so yeah. But guys, that's all I had for you. So Jim Ryan's master plan has worked. The console war is over. PlayStation is exceeding the sales of the former generation because they are going in the right direction. And Phil Spencer has announced that Microsoft is multi-plat now. They're a multi-plat studio. So good for them. I'm glad that he actually came out and addressed it. So now it is a done deal. It is a done deal. It's not. There's nothing to argue about. There's nothing to go back and forth about. It is. All you have to do is that what I just put up there. Just find that, put that on your Twitter page or your X page, and go from there. Nintendo Switch 2, not right now for me, but I certainly hope that the people. I know a lot of people are going to get it. A lot of people are going to get the Nintendo Switch. All right, I'm gonna get on off here. Like I said, I'm gonna go finish doing my laundry, then go get my hair cut. So y'all have a good one. I hope your favorite team wins tomorrow, and I will do a gameplay at some point today. I don't know if I'll be on the PlayStation or I'll be playing